Hello everyone, welcome back to my Jaybird. And this here, we stopped the blindfold games for a little bit. And this is the continuation of the Knight's Queen Jaybird's Wing. In other words, the ELO is set up 24-25 in the program. I'm in white. And let's get down to it and we can explain this better. Okay, E3, F6, B3, E5, B2, C6, D3, D5, D2, B4, E2, castle, G3, D4, A3, G4, F3, and everything's basically the same as when I played the 2200 program. It's all looking the same here. After F3, for the most part, after F3 is D2 takes and D2 takes. Same thing there. D7, E4. Now we got passive here, but I think this passive happened sooner than the other one. I'm not good from day to day doing these things and looking back and from game to game. It gets tough, and I want to explain why in blitz games in certain situations why it's not the same here against the program on a blitz game on a 3 minutes, because you don't got that kind of time. And this game here, I have plenty of time. There's no hurry to hurry up. I can take 3 minutes or 10 minutes to make a move. Okay, after E4, E7. And it's always good to get passive. It's always a good thing. After E7, G2, he goes A5, I go E2. Now, it's not the rook crowns castle. I castle on the king side this time, because it's he moved this piece down here, and already he's got to move ahead of me, and I felt as though I have to go this way. But we continue on to see what more he does. After E2, D8, I go H3, and it's all right with the bishop and the pawns like this up. It's not a bad idea. I mean, not every game, but in this particular situation, it's good. After H3, H5. Everything's defended. After H5, I castle. F6. And then I push the pawn. I start the attack here. Open up. And that's a good push. Anytime you castle and this rook's here like this, it's a good push with that pawn. After F6, H6. I go E1. Now I come back because I want to move the queen over here closer to the king. Because if this thing starts opening up, I don't need my queen over here. I need my queen over here, where the action's starting to happen here. The bishop, the knight behind the queen like this, and you see what I'm saying? I need the queen over here. After E1, F4, F4 takes. After that, D6. Now he goes back. And where do I go? I move the queen up. F2, like I said, get it closer to the king here, into the game. He goes E8. When I saw that, I thought, I guess he thinks I'm trying to go after this here, after this, whatever happens here. So let's go on. I mean, I got enough pieces right here, 3, 4 pieces. What's he got? 1, 2, 3, Okay, after E8, E5, I push up. Threaten. He goes C5. Now he moved. Let's see where I go. After C5, because you got time. You can look at this. What can I do? Okay. Where can he, what's he got? He's got a knight here. This is not, no moves here. Okay, after C5, I take C6. He takes C6. D4. He goes D7. I go F3. I'm threatening a knight, And also, look, it looks like I can get a pawn. Now, sometimes you don't want to open that lane up for rooks, but it's okay. In this situation, it's good. After f3, he goes g6, b7. He goes h3. Now, he threatens this. Okay, after that, I go f2. Okay, we go up. Everything's defended still. e7. Now, I bring the queen back because, look, you might want to bring the queen down here. Look, now he's getting his pieces. Nope. Bring it back. After e7, f3. He goes h4. Still, everything's defended. What can he do? He can't take, I take, he takes, I take. There's nothing there. He can't even get an extra pawn here if this one goes down and we trade off. Still, after h4, c6, I threaten a rook. Now, originally I go down here just to threaten a rook, but I see something more after this. He goes e8. And I thought, well, what else can I do? You know, I'm holding my position here. What else can I do? Oh, I see a check, but he'll just take it. But look at this now. My queen is to this rook. So, and everything's over here. I thought about pushing this rook over here and pinning the queen and playing this game. I didn't calculate all that. I mean, I could have went that way, but I saw this one where I'll go check. If he uses the rook, I'll take his rook and he'll be in a check. And what's he going to do? If he runs his rook back, I'll just take it and check again. Plus, this pawn could get pushed up. If he moves, and then it's another check. If he goes in a black square. So, and if he takes it with the queen, look, I'll take his bishop. So after e8, check. Takes e7. I take his bishop h3. Okay, so where does he go next? He goes back g7. Well, I seen that. Obviously he's going to see it. He's going to push his pawn up. h2. He goes h5. Let's see. Now, if this was a blitz game, let's see what my next move was. I was going to get to this point. After h5, yeah, I pushed the pawn. d4, that's what I was going to say. See, in a blitz game, you only got 3 minutes. Right now, I'd be pushing these pawns up, no matter what. No thinking, because you ain't got no time. This game, I have time. So you got plenty of time to think. However long it takes me to make a move and make a decision. Plus, you know, you're going to have a good day, too. I mean, a good game. I mean, you can't be not feeling good or too tired and play this game. You got to be, everything's got to be right. After d4, f5 he goes. Let's see what I do here next. Move the rookie over. Okay, so I can push the pieces up, and look, I can always run these rooks over. Look how everything's running this way. The knights can't get in right. You know, oh yes, this rook can go over here, here, whenever. This is good. And behind these pawns, this is looking real good. After d1, he goes d8. I push the pawn, c4. Well, I have to push this one first to get this one to help protect it. So after c4, he goes b8. Rookie up. I have to defend, even though the queen's there, still. And then I can still double up here, do what I want. So I double defend in case for some reason there's any other tricks here, but after d3, e6. I go d5. Now I just keep pushing the pawns up. e7. g2, I come over down here this way. Now look what I can do. Take his pawn here. If you don't move his king, you don't want to pin. He can't take the rook. Okay, after g2, king over h7. I go g5. And here again, you know, if that queen wasn't even there, let's say the king was there, I could still go like this, take this pawn. He would take, I would take his knight, check, and then come back. If he moved up, check again, and then take the pawn, 2 pawns for a knight for a rook. I mean, it's possible and get him open, but that didn't happen. After g5, takes g5, takes g5, h4 he pushes. After h4, d2. I'm going to push these pawns up through. b7, d6, takes d6, takes d6. He doubles d7, push a pawn c5, c8, move the rook over c2. I'm going to push these pawns up through. And this bishop's going to get cemented in. I'm going to own this space here. After c2, e8, f6, cemented in, e1 check, h2, he goes a4. Remember, passive. 99% it's best to pass. After a4, b4, e8, goes back, c4, he goes e2 check again. I go h3, a2. Now, what's he going to threaten? He can't threaten anything after a2. Whoops. He goes e3, and he resigns. It says it wants to resign, but I play the game out. After e3, d8, he just gives up because he knows automatically there's nothing he can do. I'm going to run this. Well, push this pawn up next and just keep pushing pawns up. The lane's blocked off. You can't get me no checks. Okay, after d8, takes d8, f6, f6 takes, g8, d7, d2, d4, takes d4, takes d4, e3, d8, f7, d7, f8, g7, g8, f8, f5, e8, and h7, and h8, and there's game. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that one. Like I said, this ELO goes up to 2,700, which we'll have another one coming up real soon for you. Thanks for stopping by.